part of the training for me was really exciting. I don't know why, but I guess because it always, this information leads to getting me where I want to be. Knowing the prospect's pain, as they say it, is was it another new concept for me? Have you ever heard that? Have you guys ever heard of this? Identify the prospect's pain, or finding the person's pain. Have you guys ever heard of this concept at all?
I
Not
haven't.
pain, but motivation.
Okay. Yeah,
If it's
and that's
one and the
the
same.
they could be, but yeah, but they're a little different. Because pain is a different kind of motivation than just, other motivations. Pain, when you in pain, it supersedes everything else. Like I read a story when I was reading this when I first, I don't know what Sandler book it was in, but he had went over a example of a person, just a regular person who went to the doctor. And this person used to always never wanted to spend any money. He never followed up with the doctor. He never did what the doctor recommended. He never, I guess it might have been like I don't know if it was like a made up person, but the person just didn't follow the doctor's recommendations. And he just always felt like the medical industry was, a ripoff. And, majority of the stuff that the doctors be telling him were, just to get him to, spend more money, or, whatever it was, whatever the case may have been. Until he went to the doctor, and then he found out he came down with something ill. And it went from him not, and this is me just rushing through the story, but it went from him not wanting to spend a dime to what he said, and it stuck with me what he said. It went from dude penny pinching to blank check. And what that mean was, once he was in a situation where the doctor was his only solution, there was no price that he wouldn't pay for what the doctor had to offer. Did that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So identifying the prospect's pain. These are some leading questions that'll help you get to this place. Uncover the problem and their potential impact to identify reasons for doing business. Tell me more about that. Can you be more specific? Give me an example. How long has this been a problem? What have you tried to do about that? Has anything you've tried worked? How much do you think this cost you? How do you feel about how much this has cost you? What kind of trouble does this cause you? How have you given up trying to deal with this problem? So it's like, obviously you're not going to just run it down like that. You fit in these conversations, these questions into the conversation. Once you get to talking about like why you're there and when you're in front of them. And in home care or assisted living, we already know. And the salesperson, you already know what they for the most part, generally, you don't know the specifics of their situation, but you understand because of the industry we're in, and we already been seeing it 1,000 times, the issues that families go through. But I feel like the real benefit of this process is making them hear it themselves. You see what I mean? Is that once you hear it yourself, once you say something and you like, wow, it is bad. Like it's one thing to hear it and somebody else saying it or something like that. But when you actually have to say it out loud, I really feel like that helps people get to blank check. And that's where I want you to be at blank check with me. I want, to be like, okay, this is happening with you're not being able to go to work. You can't concentrate at work. Family caregivers aren't reliable. The other home care services are too expensive. They're not sending consistent caregivers. You've tried, multiple, agencies. Like all of these things are going to come out. You spent all this money, or you're losing money, or you can't do whatever because of the money, because of work, or you missing work. Because a lot of times they're missing work. These are the leading questions that will help you get to those pain points. And it's like you're trying to find a nerve. And once they find a nerve, and it's kind of scary because if you in a sit and you hit a nerve, that family member will break down. You can also, people